open. I would like to discuss with you. It's rushed, right? Is Chris here? No. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
I,
here.
I agree. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I,
Chris.
I
Okay.
definitely
I
felt
see.
rushed.
You know what? I feel in my every email, I feel rushed because there is always something to do, right? There's a meeting. There's a document you want to read. You have to read. You have to summarize. You have to send other important emails, right? Well, guess what? This is one of the very important one, I guess, right? So how many minutes you want to spend on this, Chris? How many minutes would be good for you?
I think for me, I maybe needed a few extra minutes ahead to think about what I was going to write. And then
Okay.
maybe 4 minutes to write it, but I probably needed a couple 5 minutes in my head first.
So you need 15 minutes?
Yeah, sounds
Okay.
sounds good. But see, I can be doing other things. I can multitask while I'm thinking about what I'm going to write to her.
That's what I was gonna ask. That's what always happens to me. I don't really sit and think, but what am I doing? My background brain is thinking about it, right? Because probably this wedding is set like 6 months ago or 1 year ago, and probably our minds are working in the background to, okay, how am I gonna ask permission? How am I gonna ask? Oh no, how can I fly? Like, you have to book flights, and this is serious stuff. This is your daughter, right? Okay, so really good. That was deliberate. I can give you 20 minutes, but then in real life, we don't have 20 minutes to write an email, right? So, okay, good. So let me check some rushed. Okay, sure. Rushed are okay. Spelling mistakes, not okay. Serious, right? So I just want to remind at this point, okay? Soft skills, hard skills will get you an interview. Soft skills will get you a job, okay? Hard skills will get you a job. Soft skills will keep you the job, okay? You'll be hired for hard skills. You'll be fired for soft skills. And a lot of you working professionals, you will relate what I mean here, okay? But this is very important. Hard skills are developed at the expense of soft skills, which we covered this in the first lecture, but it has been a while. So I wanted to remind you because every time I'll ask you, like, which tool did you use? Which skill did you apply, right? That's my thing. So, and we talk about this, and this is hard truth, okay? It's hard truth. If you have, that's why you all, 110 students, we all committed this summer to learn more, right? Hopefully you are learning more. So practicing is the key, okay? By the way, did you start practicing what you learned so far? For example, PowerPoints. Let's talk about PowerPoints. Anyone? Did you use any of what I told you in the sessions? Did you use any of them? Did you think about any of them? Just one person, one comment. I don't have much time. About the PowerPoint skills. Did you use any of them this week? Seeing bad things happening or any conflicts, bring it here whenever it's relevant or anytime really, and we can talk about it, okay? So I'm happy to hear these things. Really good. That's how the change happens, one by one. So how do you feel about your email management? Well, email management is mostly for receiver part, right? Today we're covering the sender part. Next time we're going to cover the receiver side. Are you happy? Are you glad with how you manage your email? Or are you sad or unhappy? Or are you worried like me? Are you stressed, right? Whatever is the case, if you remember, I wrote email management. So for me, email is not only about email writing an email, right? Like you did to your boss. It's about email management. Okay? You have to manage your emails, whichever is the case. Happy, unhappy, glad, not glad, surprised, worried, whatever is the case, you have to manage your emails. And the first thing to start off, okay? First thing to start off, I want you to know this, okay? The email is only one of the means of communication. Only one. Only one. Only one of them. It's not the only one. Okay? It is not the only one. It's only one of the many. What do I mean? What do I mean with this? So what happens? Sometimes we are so obsessed with our emails, right? I write, Ahmed, when is the lunch? And Ahmed don't see it. And then lunch is over, next day, when I see Ahmed, what do I say, Ahmed? I say, Ahmed, I sent you an email about what time is the lunch and you didn't respond. Does that happen to you? It happens to me all the time. Yes, Ahmed, I picked you, but yeah, I know it's late there. There's over the phone. What else do we have? Phone, like Ricky said. What else? Person to person, face to face. What else?
Message or send someone to us to confirm.
All right. We have Zoom. We have meetings, like physical meetings. We have reports. I don't know. We have Slack, but I don't want to see Slack. No Slack. It's terrible. So we just don't come or just like in our expert videos, right? Just lean over to the other cubicle and ask Ahmed, when is the lunch? I forgot. I can't find the email, right? Well, instead of that, we make a big deal about it. And then 2 days later, we tell Ahmed, you didn't respond to my email. It's not the only way to communicate. So sometimes I get this, to be honest, okay? So in the second week, well, if you are using Gmail, yeah, but maybe you are working at Google, right? Then you have to use your Gmail. 5, 8. Okay, so less than 10, right? So that's good. 2, 3. That's even better. 0. Everything is on Slack. Okay. Okay. I don't know if the court accepts Slack as an evidence because they accept email as an evidence. Okay. And I don't know. Slack is a third party. Well, technically everything is third party, but yeah. So these are all some problems. Okay. If you are really moved all the communications to Slack, it's not really helpful. Okay. So less than 10, which is really good. Okay. Then you may have 6 minutes to write to your boss. Okay. Well, if you were the director of engineering, probably you'd get 30, 40 emails a day, right? Or writing emails. Let's remember the communication model. It's sender's responsibility, right? To really make sure that receiver receives it and understands the message and understand is as we intended. This is the most difficult thing in the world. So you're gonna make sure they receive it. You make sure they understand it. You make sure that they understand it as you intended. Okay, that's the most difficult thing in the world. Okay, and that's our job today. Sender. Next week we're gonna be in the receiver role. Okay. Okay. Look, here is the key. The key is not email. The key is your message. So Ahmed, when is the lunch? The message is not email. The message is you learning what time is lunch. So you're not late for a meeting. Like maybe it's lunch and learn or lunch meeting or something like that with your boss. So you don't miss it, right? So it's the message. It's you learning when the meeting is. It's not about Ahmed sending you back emails and, it's not his job. He may be doing something else in the field. He may be in the lab. He may be in the conference. He may be reading a report which is important for his work, right? Or maybe he's with his kids. I don't know if Ahmed has. Maybe we're with the family at that moment. Maybe we are in the hospital or something, right? If it's a Zoom meeting. So the message is for sender to learn when the meeting is. You don't have to be mad to Ahmed 2 days later and think about Ahmed. He didn't respond to me. It's not about it. It's about the lunch, right? So please know also this one. The important thing is the message. It's not the email itself. Okay. As you can see, I'm kind of like attacking your thought process, right? Thought process. Hopefully it's working. It's hard. It's hard from my perspective and your perspective as well. So this needs a strategy. This needs a management. That's why I said it's not writing better emails, right? My title is not writing better emails. It's better email management or email management, right? So, coming from the military background, it's always, I need to do something about military, right? For me, emails are like hand grenades and mines. And I don't know if we have any veterans here, but if you know a little bit about mines and hand grenades, probably you'll agree with me. Okay. I don't want to talk a lot about this, but they are destructive. Sometimes one sentence from HR. Ricky, can you stop by today? Your day is gone. Like, are they gonna fire me? Are they gonna give me an award? I mean, are they gonna promote me? Are we gonna send me to a travel to Virginia or Germany? You never know, right? It's very destructive. One sentence, one word can be lethal as well. Like, you're fired or something, right? Easy to deploy. Like, these are like hand grenades, right? You just take it out and then throw it. That's it, right? Easy to deploy. Well, mines are not really easy, but yeah. What do I mean by easy to deploy? Well, you just write it. You don't care about who's receiving and what she thinks about what she receives. And then you just click the send button. And you know what? It's free. And no approval required. You just write it and then click send. That's it. So it's very easy to deploy. Unless you have this thought process in the background, which we're going to cover today. It arises out of the blue and anytime. What do I mean here? Well, you wake up in the morning and then you see it says good night. Well, he sent it good night. I mean, nighttime, but it's morning now and it says good night, right? Or it's in India or China, which has time difference. And I write an email, good morning, and they're already sleeping or maybe about to sleep, right? It can arrive anytime. It can arrive in your saddest moment. It can arrive in your happiest moment. It can arrive when you're holding your partner's hand. It can arrive anytime, right? So it comes just out of the blue. It's easy to look down on. Sometimes you ignore, and then the result, the consequences is huge. Okay? It's very time consuming. It's very, very time consuming. Okay? And it has a painful recovery because emotions are not in the emails. And most of the senders don't think about what the other receiver is feeling, what's her responsibilities, Okay? So that's my thing. So by the way, if you are using any of my slides, feel free to use it. Just say Dr. K Epics 2023. Okay? That's all I want you to do. Okay, yes, Ricky.
I wanted to make a comment regarding the no emotion part. It's what I feel is that from emails, it's really dependent on how two people interact in person, and usually from that's how they feel with the email sometimes, like at times.
Exactly. So 2 comments, Ricky, to follow up. First, do not behave your emails as text or Facebook messages. That's one. Second one, you should have a consistent system. Like I always say, like Dr. K's perspective. These are really my perspectives and my recommendations. You should have your own perspective on system, like consistent system. So, and by the way, they are used as evidence in the courts. Plus, companies at least save them 5 years, some 10 years, some 20 years. What happens is, even though you delete it, even though the receiver deletes it, if someone makes a complaint or anything, they can easily pull out from the server without knowing without you knowing it. If there's a case like escalation or something. So don't trust like, hey, we are good friends. That's why I write, this funny thing. Well, you never know, right? Maybe tomorrow you're not friends and there you go. She escalates it or he escalates it, right? You never know. Okay. So this is really serious business. Email is really, really serious business. Okay. So you need a strategy. You really, really need a strategy.